to the channel. I am Keith the Trucker, and today in this video I will be telling you what to expect your first year as a truck driver. First things first, you can expect low pay starting off as a trainee. Most trainees get paid at the bottom of the totem pole. That's just how it is until you start working your way up. If you go through a paid CDL program, definitely expect for your wages to be pretty low because they pay for your school. I think the CDL school, when I went through back in 2018 time frame, I believe the CDL school was roughly anywhere between I'd say $3,000 and $5,000, somewhere in there. But my school actually, my trucking company didn't pay for my schooling. My school actually got taken care of through different grants and different things that you can do. But yeah, so expect low pay starting off as a trainee. The median pay scale for a trainee, the last time I checked, was somewhere around $23,500. So that's the median. That's not saying it won't be lower than that. That's not saying it won't be higher than that. It depends on which company you go to and also various other things that goes into it, whether or not you got a bonus and all type of things. But the median scale for a trainee or a first year driver, last time I checked, was $23,500. As I mentioned earlier, expect for life after training to be pretty rough. Life after training will be pretty rough, especially for the first week or two. I was at a Walmart distribution center, and once again, this was during that same ice storm. So I'm at a Walmart DC, and this was in Kansas City area, Missouri area, somewhere up there. So I'm up there picking up either a load or picking up an empty trailer or something. I get unhooked from my trailer, but I'm trying to get unhooked from my trailer, but it had snowed and everything had iced over the night before. So my fifth wheel pin, my king pin, is actually stuck to where I'm pulling at it, and just nothing, just frozen. So me being a first year person, I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know it was frozen. I'm thinking something's wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. So simple things such as that you know how to hook up and unhook from a trailer. You know these things. Your trainer went through it with you. So you think, so you thought. So being that your trainer did go through it with you, and I'm sure they went over the hooking and unhooking, coupling, uncoupling, all that stuff. They went over it pretty thoroughly, but being that you're now away from the trainer, for your first week or two or whatever, you're now on your own, a lot of that stuff will kind of slip your mind until you settle in and really focus on what you thought you knew or what you do know, and it becomes a routine to you. Everything becomes a routine and everything becomes second nature to you. So once you settle in, after that first week or two, it'll make your life so much easier. You just gotta calm your nerves and do what you know you need to do. The fourth thing I would say is learn from your mistakes. Try not to make the same mistake twice. So if you got in an accident the first time, do your best not to get in an accident the second time. Look for escape routes. Look for ways. Okay, if this person blocks me in, how can I get back out? If this happens, how can I do this? Always be constantly thinking in your mind, what do I need to do in order to prevent myself from having an accident? I know it sounds crazy, but there's a lot of accidents on the road these days, especially for first year drivers. And constantly be thinking to yourself, what can I do to get out of this situation? Whatever the situation is, you got two cars coming alongside of you. What do I need to do? Do I need to slow up a little bit? Do I need to speed up slightly? What do I need to do in order to keep myself out of an accident? Or whatever your mistake was. If your mistake was backing into something, every time you get a free minute, practice backing up. Backing up is one of those skills where if you don't practice, you will never know how to do it. You must back up constantly. My first year, I backed up constantly. I still back up constantly to this day. Every scenario that you could possibly think of. I know we're not supposed to blindside and stuff, but if you get a big open parking lot and you want to practice. If you got that type of space around you, practice, because you never know when you're gonna be put in a situation where you gotta back off a street or you gotta blindside a little bit to get in there, or whatever the situation is. You won't always be in a situation where you can just straight line back. So you need to know other ways to be able to maneuver that trailer to get it to where it needs to be. So I would say learn from your mistakes and try not to make the same mistake twice. I would say the fifth thing I would say is drive. Get as much seat time as you possibly can, because that seat time is how you gain experience. So if your trainer is hogging all your seat time and you want to drive, just say, hey, look, I want to drive. You know what I'm saying? Because some trainers, they will drive for you. You know, there ain't nothing against that. Sure, my trainer, we were so cool to where, hey, you know, if I got a little lazy one day, hey, he'll take over. Or if he wanted me to drop some, you know, a little more or whatever, he'll just say, hey, you drop a little more, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But that experience is what's going to help you in the long run. So if you and your trainer mesh and you know how each other think and stuff, it's going to make your time that much easier. I would say just being behind the wheel and everything, listen to, especially if you got a good trainer, listen to what they're saying. If your trainer is giving you little tips and stuff, it's different situations they've been in trying to help you become a better driver, then just take it all in. Y'all not gonna always get along, even if y'all real cool and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, especially when it came to the back end. A lot of times, me and my trainer, you know, we would butt heads a little bit, but you know, we came from the same little general area, so we was real cool with each other. It was nothing but you get through it, you bump heads, and you keep on going. That's all it is. You're just trying to make you a better driver in the long run. So I would say drive as much as possible during your first year, because it will help you become that much of a better driver. Now, these just a few of the things that I can think of off the top of my head in which it will help you be better in your first year of driving. It would basically teach you what you can expect on your first year of driving. Don't get me wrong, it's probably more stuff and plenty of other things. If anybody who's more experienced can think of anything, see, I'm only going into my third year of doing this, but I've also drove trucks a little in the past. So if anybody else can think of anything, hey, you could always drop that in the comments. Like, I don't know why everybody's scared to write a comment. It's all good. Like, I'm getting my feet wet with this whole YouTube thing too. So feel free to drop in the comments if you know of anything else people need to watch for or anything.
Come to the trap, you making it hot. Don't fit the work and it's fresh out the pot. I've been having nightmares, I sleep with a chop. I get off the work and I don't need a clock. I don't need the rib, you know it's a stock. She good on my nerves, I put her on block. If he choosing sides, then he turn to an op. The trap said he jumping.